You just finished school.
Yeah.
And now you started rapping.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're in your early 20s now.
Yeah.
And then now you have a fiance.
Yeah.
In your early 20s.
Sure.
What are you doing with a fiance in your 20s?
I come from like I said, the church background. We were, I would say they were more like trying to push us to get married. There's so much pressure in church, especially for the young ones who are still coming up. You get told now you're old enough now to get married. So they just get married, even if you don't have money. They say no, just trust God. God will provide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at that time in my church, a lot of guys, with my age, they got married. And so in the group where we used to rap them out, I was the only one who was not married.
How many guys were
Four
there?
Yeah,
four guys.
Yeah. So they got married first, all of them. And so I was like, you know what? Hey, I had too much pressure now because we're trying to build this rap thing, so we performing in churches. So you got to have that thing. At least they must respect us. At least these guys are not just rapping, they're married, they're committed, you know what I mean?
And the churches were paying for these gigs.
In the beginning, they were not, But after we won the Crown Gospel Award, then they started paying us. Because I think in the beginning, they didn't understand what we were doing. They thought that our music was too worldly for them, but we had a message though, and kids love us, So, and yeah, that's where we all began basically. Yeah, and then the girl left me. So, and I realized, I tried to commit suicide, by the way, because the girl left. Because our relationship was public. We used to be like a couple goals back then.
At church?
On social media.
Social media.
Yeah, every church, everybody knew. Yeah, we used to post each other. We'd do our photo shoots. I'm a couple goals like back then. Like
what year is it? 2014, 15?
No, it was 2011. Around the 2010, around World Cup, around that time. 2009, around there. Yeah, we used to a couple goals. Like we will trend because we would like do a dope photo shoot together, and then caption scriptures one way, and kids used to love that. So yeah, it was really bad. Yeah,
Bakshi.
Yeah, man, and it was sad because it was too public, so everybody saw it, and now I had to deal with the church people, and my family, so I didn't know how was I going to explain the whole scenario with them, so it was really hard. And I got depressed, and the next thing, I think after 2 months, this girl got married with another dude. Yeah, after 2 months, she got married with another guy, and apparently she was pregnant with this dude. So yeah, and then people were shocked because many people didn't know that she was involved with someone else. They thought we were still together, but we were not posting because immediately when I found out the whole thing, I just blocked her everywhere, all social media platforms. So, and then 2 months down the line, she get married with another dude. So that went me straight to real depression, because I was like, mind you, we are children of God, right? So we're supposed to not sleep together, right? Abstaining from sex. Yeah, and then the next thing, how now is pregnant with another guy, and I'm thinking, flip. I was busy abstaining in Durban. The person is busy the other side, So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the story, man. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah.
So that you said because she then had left you.
Yeah.
And you were in depression.
Yeah.
And you were somehow at the brink of suicide.
Yeah. I did try to commit it. I did try to commit suicide. Yeah, I did.
You drank pills?
With my situation, there was I knew someone who's got a gun. So I went and go collect it. And then I was still staying in New Germany at that time.
Yeah.
So I was alone in the house. There was no one. So I just wrote a suicidal note for my mom and all of that. And so I was about to like really shoot myself. And then somehow the caretaker knocked on the door and we out to be let some plastic lamnyama.
Yeah.
So my knock out ingena nje already I'm crying and I'm about to take myself out. And then she's like, what are you doing? You know, I'm like, ish. I'm thinking, yeah, what am I doing? You know, and then the guy came and then he prayed with me and
He prayed with you?
yeah.
Oh.
Prayed with me and then I was like, nah, I can't do this. And then he left. That was the first attempt. And then the second attempt, it was when I came this side now, there by the beach there and the plank. So
you wanted to jump in?
Yeah.
And you can't swim?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was the second one. So the second one, I was about to.
So there by the bridge?
Yeah, by the bridge there.
You wanted to jump in and you can't swim?
Nah. That's why I'm wearing colorful things because I want everybody to see me, you know, because in case I throw myself there, at least they must find me.
Why you want to be found?
For the sake of my mom, at least.
Right. Oh, Beria.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was about to jump, and then there was this two Indian couple that were just sitting there, you know. I don't know, bro. Because I was about to.
You were about to jump?
Yeah. And this guy come out of nowhere. Young Bamba out there. Hey, young Buzuanzala. And I was like, hey, dog. He's a
big guy.
No, he wasn't. He was always like, you know. So the next thing, hey, young Bamba, and Tom back they asked me what's going on. And I'm crying. Literally, and they start praying for me again, you know. And I was
they start praying right there and there.
Yeah, at that time, you know. And then I was like, no, man, I really need help. So I started going to therapy afterwards, you know. So, and then ever since then, I still go to therapy even now because I go twice a month.
Since then in your early 20s?
Yeah.
So this thing affected you that much?
Yeah.
But then you say the very same thing is the thing that pushed you into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate there?
Well, I think at that time, you know, because I thought that, you know, when you're in love, and that's why I always say this most of the time, I'm out saying, you must never make a woman your everything. You know, she was my everything. And I worship that girl. You know, so I wasn't expecting her to do anything bad, you know, because she was so perfect in my eyes, you know. And then...
Like putting her on the pedestal?
Yeah, of course I did, bro. I'll post her almost every day, worshiping her, you know. Like, she was my everything. You know, when you make someone your everything, it's like, you know, I cannot live without this person, you know. So that was my problem. And so I decided, let me take the same energy and put it on developing myself. Because the reason why she left me for a guy that is rich.
Well, the guy she married was rich.
This guy is filthy rich. He's an Indian guy. I think his dad is a billionaire or something in India. So she's got good money, you know. So, and I realized, you know what? I need to make money. And that's where I all started pushing myself, learning. Because I told myself, you know, in order for me to make money, I need to learn a high income skill. So Forex was the first option for me. And then I dive in. I will study, watch YouTube videos, read books. I'll sleep 3 times. I'll sleep like 3 hours a day. Like for almost like 5 years, you know, blowing accounts. I think in the 7th year, the 6th year actually, that's where I started like making money. And then the 7th year, that's where I started making like my first million in 2016, I think. Yeah. So that's where I was really pushing and working hard. Because I remember the first day when I made that million, I couldn't believe it because the first time. So I went to exactly the same place where I tried to commit suicide by the beach.
Yeah.
So I went there literally and I could just, you know, I was just crying, sobbing, you know, because I couldn't believe that, flip, bro, I've managed to make $1 million within the space of, you know, 2 years being profitable, you know. So yeah, that's basically that's that, man. And from there, I never stopped.